Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Doctor Who and Pinball, and I'm joined by my lovely background here with the Black Knight in the background. One of these days I'll change out the translate. Uh, I would love to get a Doctor Who translate, although I know those are pretty pretty steep, and you can find them on eBay. But I'm always worried about like if I don't buy it from like Marco Specialties or Pinball Life, I'm always worried like did somebody just print this out on their home computer and basically made it into a translate. I'm always wary of that. I've seen some videos that Kerry Hardy did with his Johnny Mnemonic, and it just the difference is like abysmal, right? So, um, so one of these days maybe I'll find an original and put it up there behind me. That would be really fun. Uh, I gotta tell you, this morning I was really frustrated, and I was really mad at Jersey Jack because I'm thinking, okay, they're gonna release Toy Story, which they did, and I'll get to that in a minute. But I'm like, this is like another Halloween incident, and I'm a marketing sales guy, like so I understand. It's good to build up some kind of momentum and generate some interest, especially in pinball, for a new product. But I was like, they're not going to do any teasers or anything like that, and they're going to expect you to buy this sight unseen at noon. So that's why I was like, hey, best of luck. But now, and as of this recording, this is like 10:42 in the morning here on this Tuesday. I didn't see Jersey Jack reveal the game. It was actually, I saw it on Tapped Arcade. Shout out to them. They're a cool arcade, and I believe it's in Columbus, Ohio. They got some cool stuff. But these guys had it and showed it off, and the game looks great. But the biggest problem I have with it is that it's Toy Story 4. Here's a movie that's, I think, pre-COVID, and Lightyear's coming out in what, like 2 days or whatever, and you guys, like, this could have been so easy. This could have been so easy, and I understand with any licensor, I know that they're like some of these guys are like sticklers. I know that Steve Ritchie had so many problems with Game of Thrones. It was a nightmare working with HBO on that pinball machine. But man, like you can't get the licenses to 1, 2, and 3, which I've seen a lot of people on Pinside be like, 4 is one of the worst ones. Like I don't agree with them, but I can see where they come from. I actually prefer 3 a lot more better than 4, even though Bo should have been in 3. I didn't feel like Bo's story had to be told, even though I really liked 4. Um, in Forky is, oh my gosh, it's like Disney's like, how lazy can we be and still make money on this property? Oh, let's create a spork that talks, and it's like a genius idea, and it's also the laziest idea ever. And anyways, but Toy Story 4, and like people were like, man, that LCD screen is so big, and like I I didn't hear to come. If I wanted to watch TV, I'd watch Doctor Who, right? If I'm coming here to play pinball, I want to play pinball. I don't want to stare at a giant screen the entire time, you know. And oh my gosh, this is, I if I had started talking to Disney and they said, look, you can do anything you want with the machine, you got to do a Toy Story 4, I'd been like, I'm out. And maybe they spent some money on it and they couldn't turn back. I get that, but at the end of the day, just don't do it. I mean, like they could have easily knocked it out of the park on this. I mean, this is a golden theme, and it's like I can just tell people who don't play pinball often, they're gonna like step up to the machine like, oh cool, Toy Story 4. Where's 1, 2, and 3? They must have made it 1, 2, and 3, and I can just tell. And it's like, no, they didn't make one. Huh. And not to mention, there's so many good scenes. There's the claw. They're not gonna have the claw. Everybody's like a Slinky Dog ramp. That's non-existent, right? As far as I can tell from the video. And I mean, there's so many cool ideas they could have had there. Zerg's not going to be in it. I mean, there's so many lore building things that are probably gonna not. They're gonna be pushed to the wayside. I mean, you could have Mr. Potato Head, all these like classic, like iconic characters, and now you gotta do Forky, and you gotta do Duke Kaboom or Cannon, whatever his. I don't know what his name is. Whatever. Keanu Reeves. Uh, like, oh my gosh, like this is such a stumble for these guys, and I hope they do well with it. I personally like. I think everybody's gun shy after Halloween / Ultraman. I mean, people were giving away their pre-order spot basically. Like, I already spent 2K on this. As long as you pay the rest of it, you can have it, right? I'm losing 2K on this deal. Have it because of the negative all the criticisms behind Halloween, um, and I hope my kids in the background aren't distracting you guys. But I, I wow, they could have knocked this out of the park. This could have been like Indiana Jones in terms of having all the movies there. Because some people like the first one, some people like the second one. I know I'm the minority that likes it, but a lot of people don't. Whatever. Third, I think a lot of people, that's pretty unanimous. Everybody loved three. It was emotional. It was awesome. I don't know, guys. This is horrible. I just feel I'm just like Jersey Jack. Like they keep slipping up on different things. I mean, um, between Guns N' Roses and this, like I've heard people like Guns N' Roses. Some people hate it. Like personally, I played multi-ball in that game for like 10 straight minutes, and I'm like, why does it keep giving me pinballs? And I finally just was like, okay, cool. The light show is amazing, and then that's it. But I mean, I'm like, I like to play games multiple times before I make a judgment. I have not played that game multiple times, so I'm not trying to. That was my preliminary thoughts about it. I hated a few games before I really started to play them. So like Star Wars is one of them. I really hated Star Wars until I started figuring out the rules and really started playing it. Oh yeah, repping the Star Wars pinball T-shirt right now. So, um, but yeah, I mean, this is I don't know what they were thinking on this. I don't think they were. Maybe they'll get some money on it. Maybe people will buy it, but I mean, the movie's what? I think it's 2019. It might have been 2020, right as COVID started, like in that May or something. But I think a lot of people pulled movies in that 2020 release time frame. So I think it was 2019. So you're talking a movie that was what released like what 3 years ago, and you had like 30 years worth of different films to choose from. Okay, I mean, a dead horse on this one. I think a lot of people agree with me on this. I just good luck. I mean, I'll look forward to playing it and showing my kids the game. They'll love it. But other than that, cool. Like, good luck, guys. Seriously, and I mean that sincerely. I think Jersey Jack really helped kind of resuscitate pinball. Like Stern's been awesome because they stuck it out when Williams, gave it up. Ever since the late '90s, Stern's like, okay, we're gonna continue to make pinball machines, but Jersey Jack was kind of like, okay, Stern, you need to up their game. And I mean, Ghostbusters on, it's been evident that Stern is more concerned about the quality of the games mostly. I'm not going to talk about Rush. I Okay, that's a story for another day. Okay, on to Doctor Who. Let me talk a little bit about Doctor Who. I think it's confirmed that Beep the Meep is going to be in the next kind of series. I don't know anything about Beep the Meep. He looks hilarious. He looks amazing, like a Howard the Duck character. Um, that's great. And I don't know a lot of the stuff about the fandoms because I don't beyond the show, which I already like still have to watch tons of episodes to like really catch up. I still haven't seen the latest season with Jodie Whittaker. I don't know a lot about the comics or the different side stories or anything. I listen to the occasional audio drama, but that's about it. That's all I know about Beep the Meep. Is that he's like a comic character or something, and it's great. I think it's a great idea. Um, I mean, Groot and Grogu, and even Sonic was a little baby in the recent Sonic movie, or not two, but the last one they had right as COVID hit. But this is this is cool. Like I like that they're bringing in other stuff. And I think ever since the Timeless Child or Children or whatever it was, I mean, it makes logical sense to just continue on that path of having everything come in and be canon. Ah, that I will give Doctor Who credit for. Like everything's canon. Okay, cool. Versus Star Wars, it's like, oh, nothing's canon anymore, and now they're like, just kidding, we're stealing all the stories that people already made. But whatever. Now I'm going to show you something from my Doctor Who collection. If I can find it, where's it at? Oh, okay. All right. This is from the 50th anniversary. It's an RPG source book, and this is the Adventures in Time and Space. This is right before they did the Capaldi changeover. So I have both of them. I just like this one because the artwork on it, but it's pretty much the same rule book. They did change some of the rules in it. I'm not going to go into it because I honestly don't remember. But it's I just like it because it's cool looking. It also gives me, when I do game mastering, which I haven't done in years, it gives me another source book to kind of have at least the stuff that's not been changed in there. Like I said, cool artwork, different artwork than the other stuff. It's just like still images or promotional images, but still fun. It's the 50th anniversary. Like I love this cover, man. This is like the best cover ever. I mean, talk about that was a slam dunk, and especially since Moffat wrote it in like what was it, like 4 weeks or whatever. I mean, it was a short timetable. They thought it was just going to be Jenna Coleman for the 50th. I mean, that would have been terrible. I mean, I love Jenna Coleman. She was awesome, but man, that would have been horrible. I think the Five Doctors would have been better than that. But I mean, yeah, the anniversary special turned out to be great, especially when he wrote it in such a short time. Turned out really well. So that always holds a special place in my heart. I actually had a poster of it, and when I moved, unfortunately, it got pretty beat up, so I had to throw it away. Unfortunately, it just looked like it was in tatters. But yeah, super super cool. I love that show. Hopefully, that episode. Hopefully, the 60th is just as good. That's about it for today. I honestly. I was so mad at first at Jersey Jack, and then my irritation became like just hysterical. I just was cracking up because I'm like, wow, guys, talk about a swing and a miss. Like this is, and who knows, maybe I'm wrong and they'll sell out. But I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, pinball is becoming more about it's kind of experiencing a renaissance, especially when people like Pat Lawler, who designed Toy Story 4, said pinball was going to be dead by like 2013 or 2016, one of those things. It's actually grown in popularity since then, but it's still I don't know. It's sad, but hopefully it works out for them. Hopefully you have people who aren't into pinball, like all of a sudden, like Toy Story 4 is a pinball? Cool, I'll buy that. But we'll see. I hope what's probably going to happen is scammers are going to get on there and scalpers, and I'll tell that. I got a story about a scammer I'll tell next time. That get on there and buy it, and then they'll mark it up like 2-3K, and they do that several times. They got a tidy little profit for the year, and it just sucks. So hopefully they're able to weed that kind of stuff out. But yeah, like I said, best of luck. All right. See you guys later.